Welcome to Happy Place Creations by Connie. I'm so elated that you're joining me today. Okay, so you know those party games that get everyone laughing and having a blast? Well, today we're taking it up a notch. I've got this incredible silicone mold that's about to help us create something seriously fun. A custom resin Jenga set with a twist. We're talking 27 pieces, each one with its own cheeky little saying to spice up game night. Think girls drink, boys drink, take a shot. You get the idea. And here's the best part. We get to make these beauties sparkle and shine with resin magic. So grab your favorite beverage, get comfy, and let's dive into this project together. Trust me, by the end of this video, you're gonna wanna make your own set. All right, let's talk about the fun stuff. The sparkle. I'm mixing blue and silver foils with some crushed crystals to give these blocks that gorgeous shimmer. For this project, I'm using Let's Resin Epoxy. It's been my go-to lately and works like a dream. Now, here's a little pro tip before we dive in. See this wax paper? I'm laying it down to protect my mold because these foils are super light and love to float around like confetti at a party. You could totally move your mold out of the way, but I'm just covering mine up to keep things simple. And heads up, if you've got a fan running, a window open, or like me, an air purifier going, those foils are gonna take flight. So maybe pause that airflow for a hot minute while we work with these beauties. I'm gonna speed this part up just a bit so we're not here all day, but I'm keeping it slow enough that you can follow along and see exactly what I'm doing. Let's get mixing. All right, now we're getting to the good part. Our sparkly blue and silver mix is ready to go, and it's time to fill this mold. But hold up, before we pour, I'm giving the mold a quick spritz with 99% isopropyl alcohol. This is your secret weapon against bubbles. Trust me, I spray before filling and after, and it makes such a difference. Now, I'm not just dumping this all in at once. Nope, I'm starting with just a little bit in each cavity first. Then I'm taking my tool and working it around those edges, getting into all the tiny corners, especially around the wording. Those little letters love to trap air bubbles, and we want these to look crisp and clean. Once I've worked out all those sneaky bubbles, I'll go back and top off each piece to fill the mold completely. Fair warning, I had to do this in 2 separate pours. And yeah, this took me about an hour. I like things just right. Meticulous, detail-oriented. Okay, fine. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, but that's what makes these pieces turn out gorgeous. So I'm speeding this up for you because nobody needs to watch me obsess over every single block in real time. But you'll still see the technique so you can follow along when you make your own. Okay, the moment of truth. Our blocks are cured, and it's time to pop them out. Look at that sparkle. Now comes the fun part, filling in the lettering to make those words really pop. So here's a little plot twist for you. I originally grabbed this gorgeous silver glittered acrylic paint thinking it would look amazing, but once I started using it, it just wasn't showing up the way I wanted. So I switched gears and went with classic black acrylic paint instead. And trust me, the contrast is chef's kiss. Now check out this little hack I'm using. See this tool? I actually cut the top straight across so I have a nice flat edge for scraping. Game changer. When you're applying your paint, here's the key. Work it from all directions. Top, bottom, left, right. That way you know you're getting into every nook and cranny of those letters. Then let it dry completely. Once it's dry, I'm coming back with a baby wipe to clean up any paint that got on the surface. Just wiping down those edges nice and clean. After the lettering is totally dry, I'm using a baby wipe with some isopropyl alcohol to give the whole block a good wipe down. Then I'm sealing those letters with a UV sealer to protect them and give them a nice finish. Oh, and here's a friendly tip. If you've got a block that didn't quite fill all the way on the back in the mold, no worries. Just add a tiny bit of UV resin to level it out, and boom, flat and perfect like the rest. I'll show you that in just a sec. Fair warning, this part is pretty time-consuming, so I'm fast-forwarding through it. But if you're loving what you're seeing, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you haven't joined the Happy Place Creations family yet, what are you waiting for? We're growing every single day, and I'd love to have you here. Quick pause. If you're enjoying this tutorial, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss my next project. I'm dropping new videos every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 6 p.m. That's 3 chances a week to learn something amazing. Trust me, I've got some mind-blowing projects lined up that you're not going to want to miss. Think sparkle. Think creativity. Think, I can't believe I made that. Moments. Okay, back to our blocks. Let's finish these beauties up. All right, now we're in cleanup mode. I've let these babies sit for a good while, so the paint inside the lettering is nice and dry. Now I'm grabbing my trusty baby wipe and going over each block, cleaning up all those areas where paint wandered where it shouldn't be. I'm checking the edges, flipping them over to inspect the bottoms, basically giving each piece a thorough once-over. If I find any stubborn dried paint that the baby wipe can't handle, no problem. I'm just using my scraper to gently get it off. Once I'm happy with the baby wipe cleanup, I'm switching to isopropyl alcohol to give those tops a final polish and make sure everything looks absolutely pristine. Because here's the thing, we've put all this time, effort, and love into making these blocks. The last thing we want is to have little paint smudges or messy edges ruining the final look, right? We want these to look as amazing as they deserve to look. So taking these extra few minutes to clean them up properly, totally worth it. Your finished project will thank you. Okay, let me show you a quick fix for those blocks that didn't quite fill all the way on the back. It happens sometimes, and it's super easy to fix with a little UV resin. All you need to do is flip the block onto its back and grab your UV resin. I'm using Let's Resin here, but honestly, any UV resin brand you love will work just fine. Now here's the trick. You want to fill it up so it's slightly domed, just a teeny bit more than you think you need. Why? Because when you cure it under that UV light, it's going to shrink a little bit. And we definitely don't want one block sitting lower than the others. This is actually pretty important because we're making a game here, right? If one block is lighter or shaped differently than the rest, it could throw off the whole balance when you're stacking them. So we want to keep them as uniform as possible. Same weight, same thickness, same everything. Just do your best to match them up. That's all any of us can do. And honestly, that's what makes handmade projects so special. Let's get these cured and looking perfect. Okay, I have to take a quick moment to show you one of my favorite tools, my Sunlu UV light. You guys, I am obsessed with this thing. So check it out. It's got this awesome turntable inside that rotates your pieces while they cure, which means you're getting even coverage all the way around. And there's plenty of room in here for all kinds of projects. Coasters, jewelry, small decorative pieces, jewelry boxes, things like that. Now, it's not going to fit like huge serving trays or anything massive, but for the size projects I typically work on, it's absolutely perfect. Here's how I use it. I'll do a partial cure with my regular handheld UV lights first, and then I pop everything into the Sunlu for up to 10 minutes. That way, I know it's completely, thoroughly cured. No guessing, no sticky spots, just perfectly hardened resin every single time. And here's a sneak peek of our blocks chilling in the unit right now, getting that final cure. Look at them spinning around in there. So satisfying. This thing has seriously been a game changer for my resin projects. All right, we're in the home stretch. Time for the final step, sealing in all that beautiful black lettering we just worked so hard on. I'm using this DIY Craft UV varnish sealer, and here's why I love it for this project. Instead of adding a thick layer of UV resin that would make our blocks bulky and uneven, this varnish is nice and thin. I'm just brushing it right over the letters and letting it soak down into all those grooves and crevices. This is going to lock that paint in place, so it's protected and durable, plus it gives the letters this gorgeous, glossy, shiny finish that really makes them pop against that sparkly blue and silver background. Exactly the look we're going for. Once I've got all the blocks sealed up, they're going back into my Sunlu UV light system for that final cure. And then, drum roll please, we'll have our big reveal. I'll be right back to show you the finished set in all its glory. Trust me, you're going to love how these turned out. And there you have it. Our custom sparkly Jenga set is complete and ready for game night. Look at how gorgeous these turned out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and letting me share this project with you. It truly means the world to me that you're here. If you had fun making these blocks with me, go ahead and smash that subscribe button so you won't miss any of my upcoming projects. I've got so many fun resin creations coming your way. I can't wait to see you next time, right here on the same crafty channel at the same crafty time. Until then, keep creating, keep experimenting, and most importantly, happy crafting.